All right, feel free to start with questions.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
How you doing? Rob Knox from the Nine. Can you just share a little bit about the experience that you had the last few days? Obviously, I understand you went to your tour at DC on
Sunday morning.
Sunday, and then spent the day here yesterday. And how special was that for you and your program?
It's been great. We had a wonderful event, a wonderful day on Sunday. Had the opportunity to take the kids down to DC. We went through the Holocaust Museum. Got there about an hour and a half early before it opened, so then we were able to go out and walk around. They went to the MLK monument, and then Jefferson, the memorials, and it was great. It's we have a lot of players that have never been to DC, so having this opportunity, we wanted to make sure that we maxed it out. Wonderful event on Sunday night with both teams. Nice little get together, and just the entire experience. We were able to have lunch with the midshipmen in Kings Hall, just to experience what they go through. And we were fortunate that the young lady that sat with myself and my family was from Louisville, so her family had come to games, and she's a junior here, and getting the opportunity to just ask questions, like the commitment that they make, the dedication that they have, and just the ability to every day, this is what we do. It's a standard. There is no, I might not go to class today. I might not go to breakfast. I'm tired. I'll skip lunch. It's not an option. We had the opportunity, I think it was maybe 7 years ago, we played at the Air Force Academy and did the same thing. It was obviously in winter, it was colder, so we took a bus ride around and got a chance to see everything. And there was a young lady from Kentucky that was there in the academy that was on the bus and talking to our players. And I'll never forget, one of our players was like, she was explaining breakfast every morning. This is what we do, boom. And one of our players was like, now, what happens if you don't go to breakfast? And she paused for a second and she looked up. She goes, "No, I'm not sure. It's not an option." And it was probably the most powerful statement because our kids were like, "What?" Like, no, it's not an option. Like that's not how we think. This is what you do. And that's what the past 3 days has been here. The game, obviously, I thought our kids competed and played hard, but I told them after the game, if you didn't get something out of the speakers that we had, the opportunity to visit with the midshipmen, then you really just lost out on what this trip was all about. So it's been wonderful.
Jeff, Kyle Andrews, press box in Baltimore. Shay Robinson is a former assistant from Maryland. Did he tell you a little bit about what you could find in Maryland and just the type of basketball that this area has to offer?
Now, I coached there for 5 years. Yeah. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was there when we won a national championship. Yeah. So I'm quite aware of the basketball around here.
Yeah.
Great basketball. Marissa Coleman, Lynetta Kaiser, Strickland. There have been great players that have come through this area. And that's one of the things when I laugh when I look back at my time, because you sit there and no matter where you worked, no matter where I've worked, on a Monday morning when we're not in season and you ask the players, what did you do on the weekend? And nothing, it's boring. There's nothing to do, it's boring. And here I used to joke with them. I'm like, hey, there's this thing called the Green Line. And I think we're about 4 or 5 stops from these big buildings called the Smithsonian's. There's plenty to do. Maybe you're boring. And that was my joke that we'd have with them. So, yeah, Shay, I obviously worked there also. And it was nice to get back here. There's a restaurant in Bowie, Jerry Seafood, that we used to frequent there all the time. So I made sure I stopped in and got myself a crab bomb, and it was outstanding. We ship them in for the holidays back into Louisville. So, yeah, just it's nice to get back, and this area here is wonderful. We love Annapolis. So many wonderful things to do, and it was a great experience for our kids. Unbelievable.
especially your third straight year seeing UConn. Obviously, your first without Paige, second with Sarah. I know it's way early, but just what are the differences in this team that you've seen than maybe years past?
Well, we played in the Big East together. We played in the American together. We played each other a lot. They've gotten the best of us more so than not, but we have gotten a few wins on them. But they pass the ball extremely well. They all can score. That's the big thing. I mean, KK Arnold, when we guarded her the way we wanted to, we did force her into some misses. But if you just allow her to catch it and back 8 feet off, she's going to make it. And she did a really good job in the first half of that. I thought, AZ obviously can put the ball in the basket. She played well, but Sarah's the one that kind of runs that whole show, and I think she showed that last year towards the end. And no disrespect to Paige because she's fantastic, but Sarah, because she can pass it the way she can, she handles it. She's got great size. She can back you down. Then she can shoot the three. She's a matchup problem. And then rebounding the ball, I thought we did a really good job in the second half. Came out and played zone, contested some shots, but then we just didn't rebound the ball well enough. So overall, I mean, they're going to get better and better, and so are we. But you can't play them and go 3 for 18 in the first quarter and expect to win. I knew it. If we could get to the first 5-minute timeout, then I thought our kids would be relaxed, and we couldn't get to that point.
Coach,
Yes.
you saw Sarah for the first time pretty much a year ago.
I've seen her plenty. I recruited her hard too, believe me. I've seen her plenty.
What difference did you see from her tonight compared to what she did as a freshman?
Well, the one thing that she didn't do well tonight, which kind of surprised me, she goes 0-3 from 3, which is not going to happen very, very often. But what it's impressive about her is then instead of continuing to shoot them, she'll post you up. She'll try to back you down. And she's got great body control, very good touch. And then she's a rebounder. She's a willing rebounder that, it's 6'2", she can get the rebound and take it. And that's where, she's continued to develop her game, I think, is with her ball handling in the open court. 5 assists, one turnover, and 2 steals. That's a pretty complete ball game.
Jeff, over here.
Yes,
You kind of touched on a few things about your group in particular. Kind of aside from that first quarter, what are the things that you really think you can really continue to build off as you guys get going with the season here, and that really make you excited?
Well, I was pleased with how we attacked from the second quarter on. We ended up getting to the line. We're 0 for 1 in the first quarter, then 3 for 3, 2 for 3. Did a nice job overall. All right, 2 for 3 in the first quarter. But in the second half, we really tried to penetrate and attack and get opportunities to get to the free throw line, and did a really good job of that. We only turned the ball over 12 times, which is something I was excited to see. I do want to challenge our guards. Our guards have to rebound the ball better. Amari and Taj are able rebounders, and we need them to get more involved, because I thought Aleph, she ended up with 4, but she was down there boxing out and really going to war, trying to keep them from getting it. And then Laura, obviously, with 18, is pretty darn impressive. She has a very good knack for the ball. She tips it to herself. She can look at the flight of a shot and know if it's short or long, and that's something that not every player can do. And then offensively, we've got to do a better job of executing, making sure we use screens and set screens. But overall, I'm not pleased with the loss, but I thought we showed some resilience and some fight, and we're going to hopefully be able to watch some film and get better.
You guys only saw about a half of AZ last year at Barclays. What did you see from her tonight, especially offensively with the 3 ball not really falling as much as it usually does?
Well, I'll be honest. I think we gave her a few open ones, but the rest of them, I thought we did a decent job of trying to make it as difficult as we could. I think the first quarter she hits her first one, and we went under a handoff, and that was a defensive breakdown for us, and she made us pay. She's a very talented player. Her and Sarah play well together. They cut well. They pass the ball well. But I'm proud of our group. I mean, as I said, it's not like they quit playing. That's not what they do at UConn. And it's not like he took kids out and all of a sudden you're playing, the bottom five. No, we competed in that second half. You just can't spot them 16 in the first quarter, and then it's a long hole to try and dig out of.
Jeff, Tim Nolan with Navy Athletics. What has been one quality that this place really embodies that you've tried to get your very successful teams to encapsulate in your time as a coach?
Well, from talking with their players and the midshipmen, everyone that we've run into, first off, and I know this might sound silly, but their joy. Like everyone that I encountered had a smile on their face. Now, they explained to me how challenging this is, being here. Not everybody can do it, but the pride that they take. And to me, that's impressive. I tell our kids every day, you've got two choices every morning when you wake up: to be positive and try to impact people in a positive way, or be a miserable SOB. And we work hard on making sure that our kids are positive, and I was just so impressed with every single midshipman that we ran into. It was smile on the face, hello, greeted us, always would ask, if you have any questions, please ask. And that, to me, was the first thing that jumped out at me. And then just the discipline that they have. The discipline they have to be able to live up to a challenge every single day. And those are a few of the things that I've talked to with our players, and we'll go back and discuss them some more, because I think this was an opportunity and a lesson for us that you just don't want it to end as soon as we get on the plane to fly back home. You want to make sure we keep nourishing it and watering it, and hopefully see some of these things that we've learned grow into our program. Thank you. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all.